Congratulations on purchasing your new grill, and welcome to the Nexgrill family. Before we begin assembling your Nexgrill Revelry 4-burner gas grill, reference your owner's manual to make sure all of your grill's parts are accounted for. Note that you'll also need a Phillips head screwdriver and an adjustable wrench to complete the assembly. If you have any questions or concerns during the assembly process, please call the customer service line on your screen. Let's do this. We'll begin by attaching your grill's bottom panel trim piece to the bottom panel. To do so, loosen the 5 pre-assembled screws located on the bottom panel trim piece. Slide the trim piece into place like so, then retighten the pre-assembled screws. Next, we'll attach your grill's 4 casters to the bottom panel. On this grill, you should have 2 stationary casters, 1 swivel caster, and 1 swivel caster with a brake. With the bottom panel flipped upside down, the 2 stationary casters should be positioned on the right side of the panel, while the swivel caster with a brake should be positioned on the bottom left corner. Secure each caster with 4 A-screws apiece. Once all 4 casters are secure, flip the bottom panel right side up and mount the door iron piece by loosening the 2 pre-assembled screws on the bottom panel, sliding the piece into place, and then retightening the screws. Next, we'll attach the side panels. Start by loosening the 3 pre-assembled screws in the bottom panel. Then slide the first side panel into place. Once in place, retighten the pre-assembled screws. Then repeat these steps for the other side panel. Next, attach the cart rear panel by first loosening the pre-assembled screws located on the inside of each side panel, sliding the rear cart panel into place, and then retightening the pre-assembled screws. Once in place, secure the rear cart panel to the side and bottom panels using 3 A-screws. Next, attach the rear panel above the rear cart panel using 4 more A-screws. Next, we'll attach triangle brackets at the 2 front corners of your grill cart. Beginning at the front right of the cart, loosen the 4 pre-assembled screws, slide the bracket into place, and then retighten the screws. Repeat these steps at the front left corner of the cart. Next, attach the gas tank assembly to the bottom panel using 4 B-screws. Please note that the tightening screw should face the front of the grill. Next, find the cart frame. See the holes on the front of this piece? Be sure they're aligned on the top before attaching with 4 A-screws. Next, affix the door pivot fixed plates to the left and right side of the cart panel using 4 B-screws. The single hole on the flat side will face outward. Next, grab a buddy, find your grill's firebox, and lower it onto your cart assembly, making sure the regulator hose sits within the assembly and the side burner gas valve sits out of the assembly. Fasten the firebox to the tops of each side panel using 4 A-screws. Next, find the adapter fixed plate, which is already attached to the regulator hose, and affix it inside the right side panel using 2 B-screws. Now we're going to build the doors. First, find the door handles and remove the pre-assembled screws and washers. Use those screws and washers to attach the first door handle to the left door. Note that the washers go on the outside of the door. Then do the same thing with the right door. Next, using a wrench, attach 2 C-screws to the bottoms of each door along the outer corners. Now we'll set the doors into place. Slide the bottom peg of the left door into the bottom panel. Then press down on the top peg and slide it into the door pivot fixed plate. Then do the same thing with the right door. Next, we'll build the grease tray. Using 2 B-screws, attach the grease tray stopper to the top of the grease tray. Then attach the grease cup bracket using 2 B-screws and 2 D washers. Once your grease tray is fully assembled, simply slide it into the back of the grill. Then open your cart doors and place the grease cup so it rests into the grease bracket. Next, we'll build the left side shelf. Attach the tool hook to the left side shelf using 2 B-screws. After that, we'll attach the left side shelf to the grill. Start by loosening 2 pre-assembled screws on the left side of the firebox. Slide the left side shelf into place like so. Retighten the screws and secure the shelf using an A-screw near the bottom of the firebox. Then open the main lid and continue securing the left side shelf from the inside of the firebox using 3 A-screws and 3 E-washers along the top interior of the shelf. Next, we'll attach the right side shelf with side burner to the grill assembly. Just like the other shelf, start by loosening the 2 pre-assembled screws on the right side of the firebox. Slide the right side shelf into place like so, making sure the gas valve is hanging out beneath the shelf. Retighten the screws and secure the shelf using an A-screw near the bottom of the firebox. Then continue securing the right side shelf with side burner from inside of the firebox, using 3 A screws and 3 E washers along the top interior of the shelf. Next, remove the cap and locking nut from the pulse igniter module. Position the pulse igniter within the left side shelf with the protruding side facing up, and screw the locking nut and cap back on to fasten the module to the shelf. After that, loosen the pre-assembled screws from the side burner valve stem. Position the valve stem into the shelf like so, and retighten the screws. Then attach the side burner control knob to the front of the side shelf. Next, find the side burner and remove the 2 pre-assembled screws. After that, slide the side burner down into its assembly. Take care to ensure the long end is positioned over the tip of the main gas valve. Next, from beneath the shelf, reinstall the 2 screws you removed to secure the side burner. Then connect the igniter wire to the side burner valve here. Next, lift the main lid and install the smoker box bracket using 2 F screws for the front of the grill and a B screw with D washer towards the back of the grill. Then simply slide the smoker box and its tray cover into place from the front of the control panel. With the main lid open, put each flame tamer into place over each main burner. No screws are necessary to secure the flame tamers. Now place the grids into place above the flame tamers, making sure the holes in each grid are facing the front of the grill. Then set the side burner cooking grid into place. After that is the warming rack. Set the warming rack into place like so. After that, unscrew the pulse igniter cap on the front panel of the side shelf, then insert 1 included AA battery, positive side facing out, into the slot. Then reinstall the cap. After that, open the cart doors and fasten the battery box to the interior of the left panel, being sure the wires are hanging towards the front of the grill. Then connect the battery box wires to the LED lighting wires. Red connects to red, black connects to black. With the battery box in place, remove the lid, insert 2 included AA batteries into the box, and replace the lid. Then slide out the gas tank assembly and lower your liquid propane tank into the hole. Slide the tank assembly back into your cart and tighten the fastening screw so it's firmly affixed. And finally, carefully connect the gas line to your tank. Your Nexgrill Revelry 4-burner gas grill is now assembled and ready to go. Now get out there and grill something different.